All right, gentlemen. Where we left off last week, you had just left the premises of the tower, dodging from falling debris as an immense beast, similar to the ones you've fought, breaks open the tower, coming forth. I believe Cookie had stated he was wanting to signal a ship and say, "Pick us up, pick us up, pick us up, pick us up! Please, 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 pick us up, there's a monster!" Or something to that effect.
Pretty much exactly what I said.
Whatever Cookie does.
Did you actually describe there was a monster?
I did or are you asking me or Cookie?
Cookie.
Cookie.
Cookie would say, we need immediate evac. We're leaving, the giant metal structure, and there is hot pursuit.
And we
I wouldn't
have the
describe a
girl.
specific monster because I haven't had any time to look at it. I'm running away.
And we have the girl.
Yes. Yes. I'm not entirely certain that unless it was yelling out in the air, we would have even looked for it.
The monster?
Yeah.
You did because you looked up because you saw debris crash and you were avoiding it, and you saw the huge legs extending over the edge, and as you ran out, you were keeping an eye to dodge and avoid the debris. I figured you're intelligent enough to know debris falls down, so you should look up to avoid it, and you saw him.
Gravity. Nice.
If that's not the case, you can correct me, and we can, go from there.
I mean,
think
there's a
it's pretty
spell
good.
that changes it, but it normally falls down.
Okay.
So, now we're picking up where you gentlemen get to decide your means of expeditious retreat.
Really, Cal? Keep going?
I think we need to appoint a
Succession when we all die.
No, guys, we need to know where to meet up in case we get parted, right? When we came in, was there any noteworthy landmarks?
I mean, there was the village we came from, but
That was multiple days away.
yep.
Okay. Well, then I guess we just need to stay together.
That's the
Did
general.
Gary give an estimated time of arrival?
Uncertain, because you don't have a necessary means of determining exact distance, but they're en route.
How long was the descent the first time?
Perfect.
I don't know.
I would like to roll a history check to see if I remembered any landmarks on the way in.
There was that hill area that you stayed at in a cave.
I'm going to roll a perception on my surroundings to see if there's any way we could escape pursuit, a way we could hide or lose our pursuers.
Would this monster fit in the cave?
No. However, you have to run like a half day's travel to get to it.
Noted.
Cookie, the only thing you could use to hide in are the buildings and stuff in the area, and possibly the mass exodus of people running away.
Ooh, there's a mass exodus of people running away. Can we pretend to be them?
You're not dressed like them, so maybe, depending on how good its eyesight is.
I say we join the people running away. It's an option.
Human body shields. I like it.
How fast is this creature pursuing us? Like, if we were to run away,
You currently
is it... Go ahead.
You currently are just outside the tower. It's just breaking out right now. You've not seen it move, so you do not know how fast or slow it is.
Good to know. So,
Anyone have any of those special spell slots things to cast, like, illusions or something?
No.
Part of me thinks we should hide back inside the tower if it's breaking out of the tower. Or
But it's
is it
dropping
breaking?
things
Is it?
down from the tower too.
Bad idea.
Let's hide
I think we need to be
behind.
running away. I
Silly
think running
question.
away.
Is the weather still bad now that we've broken out the druid?
It wasn't right next to the tower to begin with. It's like the tower had a nullifying effect.
Can the
But
druid
you'd
make
have
the
to
tower?
get a ways out from there to know if anything's changed.
Can the druid make the weather bad?
We might need to ask the druid if she can help us escape.
Yeah.
So while
What
we're
would you
running
ask?
out, is there anything you could do to make the monster not find us before we catch our ship?
Pray?
Please do that. We're going to run.
Do you have anything to affect the weather? That would give us cover as we moved.
Potentially, but it would also hamper you. My guess would be the other creatures, I haven't seen him in it before, but the others of them are not as bothered by the sandstorms as people. It's part of why he brought about the calamity.
Part of me wants to suggest that I want to distract the monster and let them escape, but then I'm thinking King Kong, where King Kong bats me out of the sky.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I'm sure you wouldn't.
Does no one have an illusion cantrip?
No.
No.
Dang.
I could have one,
Yeah.
but that's not her
It'd be
class.
really useful to try to disguise Manda. I've got a blanket in my kit. Try to. Is Manda have any distinguishing marks? Like, obviously, look at me. Hey, I'm bright red. Target.
An elf with bright reddish hair.
Is he even dressed for the elements? Like,
Her?
yes.
No.
So-
Not that you would think. But
No, we really
Yonovan
should've
remembers.
done this order.
Yonovan remembers that when she healed him, her hands almost felt. They felt rough, almost like it was not flesh.
Eh,
Can you disguise yourself, Manda, so that you're not recognizable?
I'm
That is
wondering
not
if
one of my
Monda's,
skills. Sorry.
I'm wondering if Monda's even the prize. The prize could be the crystal.
There's
Keep
no
in mind
prize.
she
We're
was.
doing a job.
Keep in mind she
No.
was in a cell that drains magical abilities. So her
Well, the
true
monster
potential.
said the monster said last week that we weren't going to escape with his prize. Maybe the prize is the crystal and not the druid.
I doubt that.
Are you saying this out loud or just musing with your compatriots in third person?
Third person. I'm not saying it out loud because in this case, we've been standing around for a time, but I get the feeling the time has stopped while we decide where we're going to run away, and I think we're running away.
I kind of was giving
We're
you guys
running.
that ability to take a few moments to decide which manner of running away you're doing, because it's basically what skills are you going to use to try to get out of here. It's basically a skills challenge that you now have to have a number of successes before failures, and determining what you pick and stuff will kind of determine that to see if you guys can escape before.
I want to try and take a
Problems.
more. I would suggest taking a more stealthy approach to attempt to escape. Try and find, places of cover to make it hard for him to track us. Ducking in and out of buildings and the like.
Yes, I agree with this plan.
Well, actually sounds good.
Okay, Rio's okay with that, or with the run quickly and agilely away from it through buildings and whatnot to avoid him.
Okay.
I will follow Cookie so that I don't lose the ship.
That too. That's definitely important.
Yeah, I think that's basically our goal, is to stealth and or acrobatic our way.
Stealth or acrobatic? Acrobatic isn't stealthy, really. It's more kind of being, skilled parkour type stuff. Where stealthing is you're trying to somehow hide and not be seen, potentially. Usually going slower. Or are you trying to somehow do a hybrid of the two?
I think we'd be better off trying to stealth our way through, guys. Although we normally have to go at half speed, that's the main penalty.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
So maybe like we did running from the crowd before, just in acrobatics trying to keep out of sight as best as we can.
Yeah.
So, decision?
Acrobatics. Let's do that.
That's Dex.
Wait, hold on. We leveled up last time, correct?
Yes.
Were we allowed? We took that level. Are we
Yes.
technically level 3, or do we have to
Yes.
wait till we get back to the ship?
You can be level 3.
Do we get like spell slots back or anything like that?
Nope. Just anything new.
But you do get
Well,
more.
so
But you do get a
it's a
second
little-
level spell slot.
so it's confusing for Warlock because I used up my 2 spell slots, but now instead of being level 1 spell slots, they're level 2 spell slots. So the question is, do I get them back or not?
Not.
Did you get an additional slot?
No.
There's your answer.
You get him back at a short rest anyway, so not.
FYI, I'm rolling hit points here.
Well, yeah. So if I did get it back, I could have cast invisibility on her.
Six. Con mod is +1. Got to add. Cool.
Isn't it your hit die? So do you have more than 1d8 for?
Nope. Technically, I should have rolled a d8 +1. So, I gained 6 hit
Yep.
on leveling up.
So, when you guys are ready, let's go ahead and start doing some acrobatics checks to see how acrobatically you go through.
I'll have it be noted, I did not cheat on my health roll.
That's fine.
That's the advantage of in game like that. You can't really cheat. You don't have permission to edit that.
Okay.
Oh boy, here goes nothing. Oh, great. I got a 10.
Oh, wow.
10's the total. I had other dice selected that don't count.
Acrobatic. I'm supposed to be good at these.
Cookie, what are all those for?
It probably won't matter before we reach the ship.
Okay. And what was the... I've seen a lot of numbers go flying by, so I'm going to need people to say them.
Acrobatics check.
Mine was acrobatics.
Mine was acrobatics and it was a
Mine
10.
is acrobatics. I'm trying to.
Acrobatics check 11.
We're dead. Actually, you guys are dead because I'm still fat.
Yes.
Constitution.
Hmm.
Cool. I'm assuming my hit points stay at the lowly 7 they were at. And
No, you gain new hit points.
I gain new hit points. Cool. I'm at
Yes.
17 now out of
What?
28.
Good.
You get any additional ones that you got?
Cool.
So why'd you roll 2d8s?
I rolled 1. I had 2 selected earlier incorrectly, but I was rolling for. I didn't realize I had those selected.
Okay.
I was rolling a d20 for acrobatics, and there was 2 d8s already clicked on mine.
Okay. Acrobatics, a
You got
9. My modifier was higher than the number I rolled.
Ouch. That kind of sucks.
Rio rolled a 7.
I rolled a 16.
That's helpful.
We have Yonovan with a 10, Cookie with an 11, Cleoc with a 9, Rio with a 7, and Talon with a 16. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh.
Oh. So you guys are getting through decently. Talon, you're making all the others look bad as you're bouncing off the walls and through any gaps you can. Where Cleoc and Rio are stumbling and falling behind. What are you going to do next to try to ensure you guys escape? Yonovan and Cookie
I take to the air and
having
fly
difficulty.
faster than everyone else.
Okay.
You're gonna get noticed. But okay.
At this point, we didn't go to stealthy approach anyway, so we're probably getting noticed as is.
Give me a athletics or acrobatics then for that Cleoc.
$12.
The dice are not linking you tonight, apparently.
I noticed.
But that's better than last time, at least. Alright. Ryu, are you going to try anything? Fall
Let's
behind?
see. So if I was trying to be stealthy, I would be slower, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're already falling behind a bit because you're stumbling. Talon, you can actually help Cleoc or Ryu if you want. Or you can try to help the other two.
I'd probably try to help Rio if possible.
I would help Rio because I have... On the ground, I move 5 feet faster than anyone. In a dead
And in the air?
sprint. And in the air, I'm at
Really
least...
fast.
Do a
I'm
strength
30.
check.
Strength check. I'm not good at these. Well, I'm actually okay at these. Would that be... Should I use my proficiency as if it were a saving throw, or should it just be just my strength mod? Okay. 20.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
Did the table just reload for anyone else?
Yes.
Yes.
Message of rewinding time.
All right. What did you say you get on that Talon? 20. Excellent. So, Talon, you notice that you're kind of leaving the others behind, and you slow down to quickly peek over your shoulder, and you see Cleoc go ahead and take off, flying, and grabs Rio by the arms and hoists her into the air like she's a little bag of backpack or something, just like she's nothing. And so they're starting to catch up finally. So if you want, you can roll, pick some skill or a way that you want to help to try to get Yonovan and Cookie up a little bit quicker. And Cleoc, I'm going to need another acrobatic or athletics check. Or
We
some means
lost
for you.
or I don't see the calculators anymore.
Same.
Oh, interesting. Sorry about that. Let me try getting it to refresh then. Okay, I initiated a reload. See if that does it. That should help, hopefully. Talon, let's talk this through. How are you going to try to get the others to get up here quicker with you? What are you going to do to try to motivate them, help them, guide them?
Since I got a decent roll, I'm not sure.
You can always do a persuasion check. You encourage them. You've got charisma. You're a sorcerer.
I guess that's true. I do have charisma, but but there's no.
Not working. I'm gonna go back to main and reconnect.
Would it be able to persuade them to get faster? Is that in a way possible?
Sure. I mean, you cheer someone on. Come on, come on, come on!
Guys, let's go! Okay. You can try doing that.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
You could also maybe shout instructions, considering you've seen what's ahead. Give them a more optimal path. I guess that'd be also kind of charisma based. How well you speak that out.
It's kind of up to you. I mean, just what would you see Talon doing in this circumstance?
Shooting firebolts at innocent villagers.
I'd probably say, hey guys, come on, you guys can do it. Come on, let's go. You guys can go. He's catching up. Come on, guys, let's go.
Okay.
That's probably.
So, you're going to do a bluff check? Since you didn't say you're going to see if he's actually moving or not? Or are you going to do a persuasion and try to convince him to press harder?
Persuasion.
Alright, give me a roll. If you see them.
I don't.
Tried reconnecting to the game, but I'm having difficulty doing so. Restart Tabletop Simulator.
If I need to restart it or something, let me know.
Reloading in seems to have worked for me. Let's see if I can still click stuff.
Okay. Would you take my roll that I did it? I don't know.
Also, I need to step away for a moment while this tries to load. I'll be right back.
Because I have dice here and I rolled a 19 plus 5. So it would be 24.
Okay.
But I don't see dice on the tabletop, so.
Okay. So, Yonovan and Cookie, are you persuaded by Talon's persuasion?
I am, and I'm persuaded so much that I cast Lawn Strider on myself,
Hey, that's a nice ability.
and I give
Really
myself an
smart
extra
idea.
10 feet of speed for next hour.
Well, Cookie was, watching everyone else, which is probably why he slowed down.
Indeed.
And he will instead just focus on running forward.
Okay, then I need the two of you to do another one.
Okay. Sorry, just one moment.
Am I included in the two of you?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, my thing's not loaded. Can someone roll a d20 for me? I can't. My calculator's not there.
Do you guys have to load back in to get that?
Yes.
Oh, well, I haven't done that yet.
To load back
That's
in.
what Ryan said he had to do.
Okay.
Is it back for you?
Yep,
Loading.
Excellent.
13.
I think that's working.
How's it coming for the rest of you?
Failed to
Not-
connect.
Sorry about that. It seems to not have loaded the table while I was.
Cookie said the same thing.
I exited the game completely.
Yeah, Talon did that. Or not Talon,
Error.
Cleo did
Cleo.
that.
And I did that too.
Now, it said it failed to connect, but sometimes it connects anyway, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Password hasn't changed, right?
Nope.
Nope.
You're just in it. I didn't restart the server. I can, if we need to.
Please do so, because I can't get back in.
It's not letting me in at all.
Then that's gonna make Ryu and Yonovan have to reconnect here in just a minute.
That's fine. I'm still trying to decide on the last spell anyways. Cure Wounds is a no-brainer though.
Okay, it's been recreated.
Okay.
Wow. That was quick. As soon as I said it's back up, Ryu was already popping back in.
Well, so it never removed the game from the list, and so it let me type in the password before you had the game up.
That is funny.
I'm in.
Now, if only my character Ryu will share that great agility.
Right? Yonovan, you able to reconnect?
Alright. Alright, I am back in. You asked for a acrobatics check from me, right?
Oh gosh.
Acrobatics or athletics.
Yay.
Basically, your continued flight to try to catch up.
Nat 1
Oh no! No!
for 6 total.
Do I need to roll an acrobatics check to land smoothly as he drops me?
Yeah.
I just rolled an 18 for it.
Okay. Cleok, now that you've lost your load, do another one. And now Ryu's going to have to do one to try to keep up on her own.
Lost his load. Oh.
Sorry!
Phrasing.
Dang it. At least I didn't fall terribly.
21 on the
Thanks.
second one.
Thanks for trying, Cleok.
All right, Ryu's falling behind. And Ryu, you hear this lovely
Falling
noise.
behind after falling.
Yes. You have this lovely noise of a building getting decimated not far from you. And you hear a lot of those little critters that you fought in the tower racing up the street behind you.
Oh shit.
This is your last chance to get out before they're going to get on top of you.
Since I'm flying, can I see all of this?
No, because you didn't look back.
Never look
You
back
just-
after the explosion. Fine.
Yeah,
If you want to look back, you can, but it's going to
look
make you slow down.
back.
It's more like the wind kind of caught him off guard, and, you know, wings tipped a little, and so his talons lost their grip, and you slid out.
Hey, John, you don't happen to have any like inspiration bonuses or anything you can give me, right?
I got nothing.
You didn't get an extra one when you leveled up.
Strangely, no.
Darn.
You leveled up. Did you get an inspiration die?
Strangely, no.
Okay, well, I mean, it's acrobatics or athletics. I'm pretty sure a stealth check at this point just wouldn't be worth it, right?
You could try. That would make an interesting circumstance. If you keep wanting
yeah,
to,
I'm
you
gonna
keep
take
wanting
the
to go
chance.
for that, so go for it. You're going
I'm
to do
feeling
an
guilty
investigation, and then you're going to do a stealth check.
I'm
Cleok, what are
feeling
you saying?
guilty about. I'm feeling guilty about dropping her.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to attempt to help if I can.
How?
First thing I want to do, even though it's going to slightly slow me down, I want to take a look over my shoulder and see how close they are.
They are, or she is?
Can I get both?
Roll a perception. We'll see how well you view the premises.
Sure. Wouldn't let me be trained in this because reason. I can't see shit, Captain.
You see the giant beast is down from the tower and has already decimated a few buildings as it heads towards you. You now
Decimated
need to
buildings?
roll a will save, or you're going to be terrified and have to flee from this thing completely, and that's all you can do.
We'll save. That's wisdom.
Yeah, sorry.
I guess I'll roll my acrobatics check.
I'm out of here, guys.
Yep. You guys hear Cleok let out a screech and is double bolting, just not paying attention to anything, just flying straight away from this creature. What was that for, Ryu? Was that for
my,
your...
acrobatics check?
I thought you were going to do an investigation and then do a stealth. Or stealth and investigation.
Well, I I was questioning the stealth just because I have a better modifier for that. But if I have to do an investigation, then that's gonna
The investigation
that's
is a
gonna
separate
negate.
part. The investigation is to see a secondary component to your success or not.
Well, in that case, I will roll the investigation part. Can I decide to do the stealth after rolling the investigation, or does that have to be all together?
It's a separate component.
So yeah, I don't think I saw anything with my investigation. So
Okay.
I think just running's the best option.
So, did you want to run or were you stealthing? You said you wanted to stealth. The investigation was going with the stealth.
Oh, well, so I was looking for a place to stealth, and being that I didn't see anything to
Okay.
stealth, I wanted to run.
There's buildings and alleys, but nothing particularly fancy. So then you're going to run?
Yeah.
Because doing so means they've gotten closer to you.
Well, if it was going to slow me down, I wouldn't have done the investigation.
Okay.
Like, I mean, who hears buildings being crunched behind them and stops to look around?
Anyone who's stupid? We keep
I don't think. I don't think Rio would do that.
So you don't think Ryu would look around to try to find somewhere to hide when you said she was going to try stealthing?
I think she would keep her eyes open for someplace to hide, but she would not slow down in any way.
Okay. So,
This is almost like a passive intelligence, a passive perception type thing.
mm-hmm. So you guys are getting away. Ryu's still back there. Ryu needs to do one more success to actually get out, or one more failure and gets left behind. Because that one got you back up and going, so you had a little leeway, so now you just need to pull out ahead of him. So,
Press F to
pick
pay
your
respects.
means and go for it. Good. Okay. So you guys are running out of town, and Rio finally starts catching up. Looks like she got turned around in one of the alleys or something. Coming up behind her, you definitely see some other creatures. Now that you're, out from the buildings, you can kind of see further. And the massive creature is definitely headed for you, just plowing through the buildings like they're nothing.
Oh crap!
So have I overtaken them? Considering if I'm completely terrified, going full speed.
No, you're already halfway to the mound at
To
this
the hill?
point. Yeah. You're gone. You guys see Kleok just fling overhead like a,
Well,
terrified little birdie. Well, the bird's out of his cage. By the way, who was keeping an eye on Manda? Because no one said anything.
I would assume that Manda was running with us, and if she were to fall behind, then
It's a shame.
we would have helped out.
I assume it was the party leader who had recently talked to her as we were running.
A fearless leader?
Hey, Cookie, did you see our druid anywhere?
Apparently we're down a cookie.
Cookie
We lost our cookies!
Oh. Sorry, I was on mute. As I was saying, I was paying attention to the whole group until I stopped paying attention to the group to run hard, as I said. So I look around with my 18. Do I see Munda?
Yeah, you think so, but you're not certain. Because you
Well, then I
have a
redirect
squirrel in your
to-
pocket that you didn't have there before.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A squirrel. Okay.
Munda? Okay. Keep running.
Squeak twice if you are Manda. Squeak once if you're not.
Cleoc, wrong
I'm not
statement.
there.
Your statement is, "Ah!"
I'm actually
So-
concerned for Cleoc.
So how long am I actually terrified?
Until you get to the mound, because that's the point you're meeting. You just saw his face, and he's terrifying.
I was at least hoping it was just one of those effects that was like last for a minute until I save again, but fine.
You're going to get there anyways. I mean, basically it shifts you into a more primal state of mind, where you're just like, get to the safety point, get to the safety point, get to the safety point, get to the safety point.
And since I go twice as fast as any of you guys, I'll be there, in 4 hours when it takes you all 8.
Yeah. By the way,
He's-
Cleoc.
So hopefully I don't run into any random encounters all by myself.
Cleoc,
Oh my.
Yes.
did you notice the issue with flying before?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I notice any issues flying now?
Didn't say anything. So, the rest of you keep trudging along,
I was kind of terrified.
and you get there, and Manda goes back into her form and is like, ooh, I know this place. This will be a good place. She does something with her hand, and a new staircase near the mound opens up. It's like, everyone should get in there. Cleoc, you see Manda waving everyone down a different hole than the one you thought you guys were going to hide in.
Huh. Okay.
Okay, this might be interesting.
wanna
I'd
call
say
the
Wait,
boss
wait, wait,
to
wait.
give an
How did we
update.
survive?
Oh,
I
everyone
dive
just
into
said
the
something
hole.
at once.
How's the signal down there? You might want to give the boss a call before we head in, and I walk in the hole.
Rio, are you sure you want to dive in the hole? It is a staircase.
Oh, right, I can't fly yet.
Ah,
I want to watch him dive down the staircase. How do I perceive this happening?
Ouch.
I rolled a 7 for my acrobatics to roll down the staircase.
Okay.
Ouch.
I choose to rejoin my companions and say,
You
"You're
take
alive."
8 damage, Rio.
Wow, that's quite the staircase.
Yes, as I was going to say, you do roll down a good 100 feet, hitting lots of stairs as you go down.
Did I hit any other PCs?
No, because you said you went in first. Yanovan steps in behind you and gets to watch the whole view. As you land with your butt
Glorious.
up towards him.
It was glorious. I jot down some notes for story time later.
Alright.
Hey, you didn't almost get squashed.
Hmm. Okay, so we're going down to.
Hey, you're alive.
How the hell did you get here so fast, Birdie?
All right, so you all eventually
Yeah.
get in, and the
Yeah.
shuts behind you. And now I need everyone to roll a dex save.
Oh shit.
Oh boy. I'm so good at these.
I'm supposed to be good at this.
Wow. Okay, cool. I'll take it. One time I roll a good dex save.
And Cookie, did you say you contacted the ship to let them know you're going below ground or not? Yanovan had asked you to.
Yes.
Okay.
I would probably wait and be the last one to jump down the hole.
Yeah.
Contacting the ship. We're going below ground.
I would advise against not jumping down the hole.
Okay.
Against not jumping down the hole?
Yeah, I suggest walking.
So you're advising to not jump down the hole. So you're advising to jump down the hole.
No, walk
Okay.
down the hole. Not
No,
dive
you
in
said you'd
like-
advise against not jumping down. So not against not jumping down.
Okay, so, Mr. I fell 100 feet down the hole. How are you doing on health?
Alright, I need to go grab the dog's food. And I'll be right back. You guys go ahead and do your little chat asking about catching up how everyone managed to survive.
So I'm
How are you
conscious.
doing Wait, how are you doing on health?
He says he's conscious. It's good enough. For
I'm
me.
not unconscious.
Okay. Does that mean you have 1 HP?
Alright, this ought to be interesting.
No, how much HP do you have?
Greater than one.
Cookie approaches him and grabs a cookbook out of his pack and starts flipping through it. Finds the right page, mutters to himself, and... One second.
6.
A wild magic surge happened.
Well, something will happen. That did... Heals you 3 hit points.
So what are your HP at now?
And
What do you cast?
those were not doubles. Good.
What?
John's trying out a custom class.
I have leveled up specially.
So he's now a level 2 bard and a level 1 something.
Well, can I walk up to the acrobatics, smack him back of the head, and heal him?
That doesn't usually heal.
No, the smacks are being stupid, and then I can heal him.
Wow, that's not a lot of healing. But at least it works.
That's right. Ryu didn't take any damage last combat, and he just leveled up. So, which he gained 1 less than the maximum hit points. So,
I did take damage last combat. I took 7.
And then you jumped on the hole.
And took 8. Yep.
Alright guys, we're holed up here, but I'm concerned about how's our ship gonna find us?
You told them that we're going underground, right?
And yeah, but you know, eventually we have to leave underground.
Just
There's
have
a
them
monster.
shoot down the monster with the cannons, and then we'll be good. Or we can wait for the monster to die of starvation or something.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna last that long.
first off, we have to find the result of this deck save, whether we, stuff falls on our heads or
Well-
we fall in a big pit.
I was thinking about getting to that for you, but I was going to let you guys finish talking. The deck save was to avoid the chunks of debris hitting as you hear a number of large rumbles in a rhythmic pattern.
Uh-huh.
So he's trying to pound us out. Yay! Either that or ship's firing and
Well, if a monster bulldozed buildings by walking through them, yeah, it's like the Hulk. Wow.
how did we stay ahead of it?
We had a head start.
Did it sound like it just walked overhead or that it was actually trying to stomp?
Well, that's a good question. You have to wait a certain amount of time to find out because, duration is the key to comings and goings or in-place stomping.
Great.
Yep.
After a time, you notice the vibrations slow down and cease.
So he's fallen asleep on top of the entrance. Okay.
Great.
Check. Looks like it passed overhead. Hopefully. Was there a directionality with that? Did it seem like he passed overhead, or if he just stopped stomping?
Or
Yes,
turned around and went back.
it did sound like he passed overhead.
Okay. Can we get a short rest in? Pretty please. Pretty please with sugar on top.
I don't like this cave, but better than being outside.
Hey, can I the druid?
How dark is it in here?
Wait,
Has
how?
someone given a light source yet? And if not, can I light a torch?
No light.
Okay, guys. Light? I can cast light spells.
Okay, so get some light.
Hey, Cookie, what do you got? Or staff, light. Here you go. We got some light now.
What do we see around us?
A room with a bunch of random loot.
Interesting.
Huh.
And
Investigate.
Wanda says, this is one of the old vaults of the goddess. Due to your
Oh.
service, you may take a few things from here.
Look around. What's in the place?
How nice. Thank you.
Let's see here. I'm going to do an investigation check of the room.
Cookie's less interested in investigating the room and more interested in talking with Manda.
Cookie, before you talk, as you go into to talk with Munda, you see a very familiar symbol on one of the pillars. It's a symbol that you've seen in your cookbook.
Huh. I'm drawn over to the pillar to look at it.
As you stare at it, she's like, Cookie, is there a reason you're staring at me? Or right past me?
That Cookie points at the symbol and reaches into his pack and flips through the book to find a similar symbol. I've seen that before.
You have the cookbook of the Good Friar. He headed off from here centuries ago. Looks like a book has passed around a number of people.
Huh.
The good fire, huh? Was that mean bad fire?
No,
Oh.
friar. As in,
Yes, I know.
Are you sure?
Womp womp.
Yes, I know more fires.
I feel like I can learn more from this symbol than I do from the one in my book, don't I?
It helps explains the meaning of the book. It helps you interpret with her guidance.
Yeah.
So you can actually understand now what the book has.
Uh-huh. Wow. I tried it out just a brief little bit, but it didn't do much.
Yeah.
It worked.
It's quite nice. Especially all his secret ingredients.
Hmm. Like, I don't know if you were away from the table or not, but I did heal Ryu.
I was.
Okay.
Cool. So you've already tried it.
Yeah, it was
Um,
not very spectacular, but it did work.
she tells you that he was a master of the old tongue,
Hmm.
and it carries with it quite immense power as you learn to understand it.
I am fascinated by this. And by how it ties into cooking, of all things. I have such a passion for.
That was just his way.
Huh.
So my guess is you probably share similar interests in mind with how he was. That's probably why the book came to your possession.
Fascinating. So, what, you know, other than freeing you, what can we do to help you, now? I don't know where you want to be taken next or anything.
Wasn't that part of the contract?
No, it wasn't
I don't
specified.
know.
There's a temple on the North Pole that I'd like to get to.
Okay. I assume
And that would be it.
you could help us navigate that.
Yes. However, means of travel would be preferred, as it's otherwise many months of travel. Probably actually a couple of years. With how
We have a ship.
hostile things are. Oh, okay. But there's no
And,
water.
I mean, the ship can definitely travel. Wait, did you say it's underwater?
There is no water.
Our ship's not like
It's
that.
it's complicated. We don't
our ship
understand
doesn't
it.
travel through water.
It's
Oh.
complicated. We don't fully understand it ourselves, but please don't call me crazy when I say it's a flying ship.
I may call you crazy for other things. You're a talking bird.
I'm not
Fair
from this
enough.
planet.
I like you.
I've heard that before.
I've never seen your type. Where are you from?
I am from another world.
Oh,
I never said I was good at charisma.
No, you didn't. And that's good.
We are all from different worlds, and not all of us the same world. We've had some very strange happenings to all of us lately. We were abducted and then made the best of the situation. So now we're taking on missions to help us and other people.
Interesting.
We're actually a part of the crew of the ship that kidnapped us, and to make the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah, that sounds really bad, but he's
I
right.
shouldn't talk.
She has a really worried, weird look on her face right now.
It's okay, we can give you a ride.
I'm just waiting to kill them in their sleeps.
I don't know whether that was in character or out of character, Ryan.
It was in character.
Roll a deception check.
No, you only have to roll a deception check if you actually didn't mean it.
Then roll an intimidation check.
Yeah, same modifier. 20. Not you guys, the other guy, the crew.
Like, and my mouth opens up gapingly after I hear that statement.
Yeah.
Not you too.
Just seeing if, as an insight check, just seeing if I believed it, given you rolled higher for intimidation.
Ryu, were you telling the truth or were you lying?
Okay.
It was actually probably a bit of both, but I get the same modifier for each, so.
Okay.
Huh.
Maybe I'll just torture them for a while. I don't know.
Mondo, what's the name of that temple we're planning to go to?
If you're not from here, you probably have never heard of it. Why?
I'd like to try something. No, actually, I want it. It's not really practical, but I bet it would work.
I'm curious about the name of your temple as well. Please ignore my
Huh.
bloodthirsty companion.
Give me just a moment here.
I'll try and set them on the right path to the best of my ability.
Does that path involve dropping?
We know the temple commonly as Atalas.
But no, my bad memory would say that's the same name as the religion.
You
Or is that
never
just my bad
heard
memory?
the name of the religion.
Hmm.
You heard of a cult?
Yes. The cult.
The cult was the beast that you're running from.
Did you say Athalas? Is that what you said?
Atalas, yes.
Okay. Well,
one moment, please. And I pull Cookie aside.
yes?
Wasn't that the name of the cult?
No. Shotura was the cult. That apparently
my
was
bad.
Shotura that we saw.
My bad. I've taken too many blows. Please continue.
It's all right.
That was just a pop quiz for Cookie.
It was built by a high priest of the goddess many centuries ago named Atalgast.
I probably should be writing these things down, but
And Atalgast, last we knew, was still alive, but he disappeared.
We just had a really long life, huh?
Unknown. He lived for quite a while. We don't know if he's alive or dead. He's just not here.
Fair enough. Do you have any wounds that need tending?
No, just time.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to take a rest while we have the opportunity.
Okay.
How secure is the doorway?
What
How easy to
doorway?
find?
Vault we're in.
She closed the door on us.
There was no door that you saw.
She closed the entrance.
She did.
If you don't call it a door, you have to call it something. What would you call it?
The entrance. It's not a door because it's not something perceivable. It's natural rock that kind of like melted away under her speaking to it, giving it a gesture, a command, and
That
then it
being,
formed
did she
that
back.
being
close
said,
it?
I also
So
I also
did she
took
close
a
it?
Yeah,
It
she
is
closed
closed. Cleoc, what were you saying?
I had also taken a quick look around, considering she said there were goodies in here, and I rolled a 2 for my investigation. So I just said I found rocks.
Okay. All right. Is that all for everyone?
Yeah. Hold on. What is search?
Yeah, I hope someone's actually
I rolled a
purposely
10 to
searching
search.
for.
Okay, what is actually search the base off of?
Investigation, which is
Yeah.
Oh.
intellect-based skill.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll look around too.
As far as I know, none of us have any int score that's worth anything, except maybe Yonovan.
So Yonovan threw a crystal at me, and I rolled a 13 to catch it. And then after I've rested, I'm going to examine it, and I rolled a whole 5 for my Arcana check on the crystal.
It's a pretty gem. Roll an
Yep.
int save.
And now I don't remember what.
Yeah.
Wait, an intelligence save?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's what he said.
15.
Okay. You feel like staring into the crystal, but you're able to shake it off.
Interesting. This is really interesting. I think I'm gonna have it carved into a skull shape, into a crystal skull.
Why?
Okay.
How do you anticipate to have that done?
I'll figure that out when the time is appropriate.
88 goes in the crystal skull. Is that what you're aiming for?
No, actually, it was referencing a Stargate episode.
Stargate.
Yeah, they had a Stargate episode where there's a crystal skull, and someone got mesmerized by the crystal skull.
Good. Okay. Seen a few of those, but I missed that one then, I guess.
Anyone else need healing?
I assume we're going to take a short or long rest, in which if it's a short rest, I'm going to spend hit dice. If it's a long rest, I'm going to get full healed.
Yeah, I assume we're doing a short rest for sure.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys. I don't know what you're doing.
I
Well,
want to leave as soon as we can get the ship to come, so that's what we're just waiting here until that
I'm
comes.
going to rest until the ship comes, whether that ends up being 8 hours or 1 hour, 8 hours, or longer.
So does the
Yeah,
13 find anything while looking?
We'll deal with that off. I got to get the tables pulled up, so I figured we'd deal with that in a little bit.
Okay.
Of what you guys are able to acquire. She gives you a few bags, and you guys stuff a few things in it, and we'll go over what those are later.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna take a short rest for as long as we can. Then some HP and spells.
Okay. Cookie, you notice a vibration basically in the stone, kind of.
I checked to see if the does my communicator work? Are you guys close? that I hear like nothing or muted things.
You're not sure, since you're not very familiar with it, but you know you didn't get a what you'd call a clear response.
Manda? Our
Yes.
communicator doesn't seem to be working down here. Is there a way we can check what's outside to see if it's safe to go up and try and get a better signal?
Not really. We would just have to go out. This area is sealed off from up there.
Hmm.
Can we just relax for a few more minutes? You know, until it's been like a full hour.
Have we been down here an hour?
No.
Trying to think of what we know about spaceships and how fast they travel.
I'd like to fly back up towards where the entrance used to be and do a perception check to see if I can hear anything on the other side.
I felt a vibration. Might be our ship, or it might be, something else.
Would you get better reception at the top of the stairs?
Well, I can try. Cookie goes up and tries the communicator at the very close to the entrance he can. Are you guys here?
Okay.
We're sealed underground. Y'all want to wait, but I think we should probably get on the ship if it's here.
I agree. I think we should risk opening up the hole.
Yeah. Let's get ready to go.
The cats understand gibberish.
You just told me
Sorry.
last session you don't have any spells, so sorry, that's not possible. I'm sorry, Dave.
He did level up. If he leveled up to level 3 and actually gained a spell slot.
There would still have to be a spell he knows, and I do not believe I've seen that one on the list of his class.
He was hoping the DM would be very nice and polite and grant us one request out of sheer nicety.
It's not his final request, so we'll wait for a next one for that.
Okay.
Manda, is it possible to open up a very slight crack in the entrance to where we can get a peek to see what is outside?
Don't know, I've never tried that. It may be possible, it may not. You want to go try?
Yes, please.
Okay. She heads up there. Does her thing again, and it opens all the way. She's like, yep, guess I can't just open it part way. And you see
Communicator.
sand. Communicator,
Rio
what
would
do
have
you
followed
say?
her up anyways.
Sorry, we can hear you now. How close are you guys?
Okay, we were
Yeah.
actually looking down on that big tower thing you were talking about and wondering where you guys were and how long we should stick around for.
Yeah. We found a hole to hide in with some fancy, something. Anyway, block communications. But you can track us now. Is a monster in sight?
He went over the horizon. So, not right now?
But we better board then and get out of here.
Yeah, it's...
Alright, we'll come on down then.
Alright.
A few moments later, the ship flies overhead. And drops the line there and stops.
All right, guys, everybody up.
Okay,
I
let's go.
fly on up there.
Aren't you all spiffy?
Thank you, Gnar. Gary, or whatever your name is. I can't pronounce it.
Gary. Gari.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Emrakul,
Okay.
Emirkol, is the head of the ship. He's the captain.
Yes, I actually have that in my notes. I've got like 3 different notepads with notes in it.
Good. Do you remember the name of the ship?
The ship has a name?
It does have a name, and I didn't write it down. I've got Fork, I've got Monkey Man Gary, I've got Emrakul, who's elf-like with greenish-gray skin, and Manda.
Yep. So, our guest requests that we fly to this place at the North Pole.
Was that part of the contract, or is that a separate part, or what? Because if
I
it's
don't
not
know,
written
you
in the
should check.
contract, we need to verify with the captain.
We probably do need to talk to the captain.
Yeah, we probably need. Yeah.
The contract was likely very vague in that it was save the princess here.
It was rescue or save or something. So why don't we take her up, to a higher altitude where the giant monster won't see us?
And then talk to the captain.
Yes.
Okay. Load this one to change the scenery up, since this is what you're on.
We're on a boat.
Yep, you're back on your boat. Alright, so you guys go to the captain?
Yes.
Emrakul's there. Hey, greetings, Cookie. Welcome back. How'd the mission go?
Hey. Well, it was a success, but it was very difficult.
Potentially still incomplete.
Cleog?
Yes.
What do you mean?
So we were told to rescue the druid Manda, for the supposition that in addition we could stop some sort of disaster. The
Right.
disaster happened anyway.
Apparently.
They captured, and so we have Manda, but I never really knew what the contract asked us to do for Manda.
You had
to
only
take her-
specified rescuing her, no specifications beyond that. Why?
Right, that's kind of what I figured. So I figured at this
Normally
point, it's our-
rescuing normally rescuing involves delivering to a safe place, correct?
Your companions definitely enjoy interrupting their leader a lot. It may not.
Yeah.
Depending on the circumstance. Sometimes the people who set the contract don't specify they want them rescued and then want them, released or allowed to go to some destination of their choosing.
Right.
Is Manda in the room with us?
Yes.
She's on the ship. Yeah.
Is she with the captain?
It's up to you whether you brought her along to the captain or not. Cookie, did you?
I would prefer
Yes.
to have not talked about contract details with her in the room, but too late.
So
figure
who
it's
hired
okay.
you all? Who is the contract from?
Well,
glad
we got
someone-
the contract from the dwarf lady.
No, we didn't
Who?
get it from the dwarf lady. We got it from someone else. The dwarf lady is who negotiated our release on to become crew members of the ship. I'm saying this out of character.
Oh, right.
But there were 2 other people in town, which I totally did not write their names down, that gave us the quests.
Indeed,
that we
that's an
chose.
important part. On a side note, to support that aspect, I did get 2 videos up this week, so those are available up to session 9 is up. So I have 10 and 11, and
Well
then
then,
this is 12.
well
Doesn't
then, I should probably
Hey.
look. Let's pretend I looked them up and now remember who gave us the contract.
Well, didn't they give us a contract as in a piece of paper that says what the reward is and what the mission is?
And
I
you
thought
gave it to the
Emrakul signed it
captain.
or something.
Yes, we gave
So-
it to the captain, but we would want to actually talk to the people to begin with.
Yeah, but that should have specified at least certain details of it in the contract.
It says the guy's name in
Did
there.
the contract specify? But does the contract specify whether she was supposed to be delivered to the person or?
Does not.
I know that's kind of off topic.
Does not specify is what Emrakul had just stated to you all.
I suggest,
Okay.
well, one, while I madly go try and find these videos to try and find out who the contact is.
If I may,
Yes.
Captain, this is my reasoning. This looks like an opportunity for us. The contract probably doesn't specify anything else that we may do in this situation, but
Does
she
not.
needs further services rendered. And it is quite possible that if she can do something about this disaster, she said it would take her months of travel to get there, and not months for us. Maybe there is additional contract, if you will, bonuses. So I thought we would look into it.
All right, that seems reasonable. I mean, we're already here. It's not like going across the galaxy.
Exactly. I would not recommend getting anywhere close to that Shatura thing, though. Wow.
Shotorach.
Sorry.
Mine does like curse that creature.
How exactly did it change the terrain of your entire planet?
That is still uncertain. We're still trying to figure that out. But it didn't happen until after they entrapped me. And that only happened because they laid a very nice trap on me and had some of our own people betray us.
That's not very good.
That probably explains why we were instructed to not speak the name.
We went to a little town and they had apparently outlawed religion.
No, Shatorak outlawed all religion. It wasn't the town.
Outlaw all religion? What craziness is this?
Because he didn't want divine powers able to intercede and start messing around with things, and he knew that they do have power.
Ooh.
Surprisingly smart.
Huh.
Smart is not something he is lacking. Compassion and a heart, he is lacking.
You might have the heart, but not compassion.
If he has a heart, I would like to have it ripped out.
So, Manda, what can we do for you other than take you to a temple on the pole?
Well, that's the only thing I know of. If you ever do see any of the, the friar, if you happen to find him. You found his cookbook. I don't know if he's alive or not. Less likely since you have his cookbook. But if you find him or any of the others from here that have left, like Athelgas, then that would be nice to ask them to return. We could really use some help from them.
Okay. What was the friar's name? Did you have that? Or maybe we'll come up with that later.
His name was Cut.
Cut the friar.
Or Coot, depending on how you say it. It's K-U-T.
The old coot.
Coot.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Nice. All right. Well, we definitely need to rest, Captain.
Okay. Go grab a bunk. I guess show the lady to this place, or she can stay in medbay if she needs. Luckily, we're currently kind of vacant in the medbay, which is very nice.
Yes.
Cookie will show her off.
Donovan already headed to his bunk. What's up, Cookie?
Torn between the duties of I want to cook but also need sleep. We'll sleep and make a good meal in the morning.
Technically, it's, what? Late afternoon,
I don't know
early
what-
evening by this point?
As he said, in the
But
morning. It's been a
everyone
long
is
time.
going to bed because they're tired.
So you're going to leave the rest of the crew to wait for their dinner and eat their gruel.
They've been doing it for the last week. They'll be fine.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, when you're right, you're right. Cookie goes and makes good food, at least for the crew.
All right.
And then goes to rest.
Yes.
Being the selfish
So
person I am, I'm not gonna-
you taught them how to use the microwave to heat the oatmeal.
Yes.
I thought you said to eat the opium, and I'm like, what?
Donovan, roll a check. I'm trying to think for your artificer, what's one of the aspects that would work well for that investigation you're looking at. Do it in straight up investigation.
I see no dice things to roll, or I would.
Oh, yep. Let me throw it on here.
Or you can throw a d20 on here. I like throwing fake dice. Nice 20 there.
It's not moving. I'm grabbing it. Jeez. I heard it move, but it didn't
Yeah,
move yet.
I didn't know if that was you or if that was Talon that rolled it.
It looks like someone else is grabbing it. I told it to roll, but
Okay,
Alright,
wait till it
so-
stops moving. I'm moving it towards where your name is. It's going to be near your name on the table.
can I roll it now? It stopped moving when people stop touching it.
If it stops moving, yes.
Green hands, back away. I see.
No
All
touching.
right. All right.
There we
Rolling
go.
it now.
Aw, really?
That's shitty. I blame it on green.
I haven't seen the result yet.
1.
Oh.
It's still going off the table.
Yep. Let's drop it off the table, see what it gets.
I don't know whose roll it was because so many people have messed with it.
There's only you and green that were there. You can go ahead and use your dice tower if you want and roll.
Just a second.
Okay.
It's not next to me because it was working.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's not around me right now.
Grab.
I mean, I can.
Roll
I've got
it.
a big metal D20 right here. I can roll that.
Okay.
That's easy.
That works.
16 plus 420.
Okay. You're able to notice that it has some components similar to a lot of other gems that you've seen used for enchantments. It just seems to be a bit more of a funnel or a sink. It seems to almost pull arcane energy into it.
Interesting.
Roll an int save.
It was a base 11 and plus 2, so 13.
Do you have a spell? I think you get one at level 3, don't you?
I get 3 known spells, 2 slots. I've used 1 slot.
You lose your
for
other
Long
slot.
Strider. Wow.
The crystal hums as you feel your energy get drained.
So it uses my slot for the day or permanently?
For now.
Okay. So I can store a spell in it.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm getting?
What?
Wait, no.
You can store spells in this?
You
That would
can't.
be OP.
It just charges it?
Yeah. And you get a feeling that the means to release it is going to take a little bit more than you think just
Okay.
tapping into it.
Interesting.
I'm not sure I want to be around when you tap into it. It might go boom!
You're gonna have to get really good friends with me if it comes back at the normal rate, since warlocks get their spells back faster.
I'm gonna sleep on this.
Okay. And the rest of you are resting or cooking, and off you guys fly. You do get to the temple. And when you get there, you see there is an elf just sitting on the top of it. You notice it because the outlook says, Captain, there's someone over there. And Cookie, he calls you up, since you're kind of the leader of the group, and hands you a little glass and asks you to look. Does that person look familiar?
Look.
Roll an int check. Or history, if you're proficient.
I don't appear to have standard equipment to do so.
You don't have, what do you mean you don't have standard equipment?
Dice,
Oh.
sir.
Would you like me to roll for you?
There's a dice. There you go. He looks very different than
I
you
have not
remember
seen the
him,
result
but you
of that
remember this individual as the person who gave you the contract.
Huh. Yeah, Captain, that's the guy who gave us the contract. Well, this was definitely the right
That's
choice.
interesting.
Does that mean we get paid
Um,
right now then?
Let's go
It means something.
talk with him then.
I suggest we're
Fly up
done
and
for
anchor.
tonight.
And Urki gets off. Or Emrakul gets off. Getting games mixed up. And talks with him. Cookie, are you joining them or not?
Yes, absolutely.
Greetings, Cookie. I take it this is your Captain Emrakul?
Yes. Emrakul, Gari.
Nice to meet you both. Well done on the completed mission, and thank you. Now, Manda and I will work to get others to rejoin us, and we will return this planet to its proper splendor.
That's great. Glad you guys know what you're doing, because I have no idea how we were going to help you, but we...
Seeing as none of you understand nature like we do, probably not.
Ah, yes.
That being said, I have left you a package back at port with your earnings and all that we agreed upon in the contract. The broker woman that you dealt with before will have means to acquire it for you.
Excellent.
It feels good to finally be able to come home. Manda, would you care to join me? You guys see Manda's mouth is just kind of like a little bit agaped. Just like shocked at who she's seeing.
Manda, why the surprise?
It's Ethelgas. He's here. He came back.
Oh! Wow,
That's a good thing.
it sure is.
All right.
Glad that everything's in hand here. I guess we'll head off back to port.
Emrakul then steps in. We do have that other quest you acquired if we want to complete that contract.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Good day, Manda. Athelgas, you as well. Gari and Emrakul head back to the ship.
How far away was the other quest from where we are now, as opposed to from the port we started at?
It's a few weeks. It's kind of a... If you were to draw it out, it's more of a triangle shape, so it's kind of equidistant. Possibly a little closer, possibly a little further. You don't know the exact because you don't know the way the streams are going.
But so basically, it'll be twice as long if we go to port and then to the second quest,
Right.
rather
Possibly.
than. And actually,
no, yeah,
we
it will.
didn't accept. We didn't accept that. We only accepted the first one, didn't we?
You accepted both, you said.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
We took both contracts back to Emerald.
We talked to Emrakul, but I thought when we talked to Emrakul, we decided that we were going to accept the one with her.
We chose to pursue that quest first, while we never actually gave a. We never actually strictly stated that we weren't going to do it. So now we're having the opportunity to say, do we want to or do we not want to take on this
second quest
assassination quest?
Yeah, it was an assassination quest, and I think it wasn't just open to whoever got him, kind of like a bounty.
The other one was a ex-adventurer, a guy who'd been adventuring. He now has a few appendages that need attention, so it's obvious why he's no longer. Is looking for some adventurers to hunt down and kill a individual by the name of Genseng the Fiendish.
Right, but I'm trying to remember if that was an individual, like you sign up for this and you're the only one, or was it like a bounty board, like whoever kills him gets to claim this bounty?
It was a quest because bounty boards wouldn't handle this sort of thing because it's a little bit more lengthy required. He's
Who was the
head of a group who's a little bit further away. He's up. The adventurer was named Anan.
I suggest we go back to port first.
I suggest we go for the quest first. We don't really have much money to purchase good gear yet, so might as well.
At port, there he said our payment was waiting at port, so we would have money when we got at port.
We'll have some, yes. Is there some reason to go to port? Why do you want to go to port?
All right, let me.
Shopping spree.
Since we're just doing business stuff, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here, and we'll pick up next week, where we'll have some loot given to you guys from what you got from that temple, and we'll then state whether we're going to go for the other quest or not. Okay?
Okay.
Awesome.